Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum dear students. Today I am going to tell you about Coulomb's law. This law was given by Charles Coulomb in 1785. He was a French military engineer. As we learned in our last topic that like charges repel each other and unlike charges attract each other. With how much force these charges going to attract or repel each other, Coulomb's law gives us the quantitative way to measure electrostatic force between two charges. Here from the law, the electrostatic force between 2 point charges is directly proportional to the product of magnitude of the charge and inversely proportional to the square of distance between them. We have two charges Q1 and Q2. The electrostatic force between these two charges is directly proportional to the product of magnitude of the charge. Here the product of magnitude of both of these charges is Q1, Q2. You can say that Fe is proportional to Q1, Q2. And this force is inversely proportional to the square of distance between them, where r is the distance between both of these charges. You can say that Fe is inversely proportional to r square. Mathematically it can be expressed as Fe is proportional to Q1 Q2 into r square, and Fe is proportional to 1 over r square. On combining both of these we can get Fe proportional to Q1 Q2 over r square. Fe is equal to K Q1 Q2 over r square. Here K is the constant of proportionality whose value depend upon the system of unit in which force, charge and distance between charges is measured, and its value depend on the medium in which the medium between these two charges. For SI system and when the medium is free space between the two charges, the value of K can be written as K is equal to 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught, and its numerical value is 9 exponential 9 Newton meter square over Coulomb square. Here epsilon naught is the electric constant called the permittivity of free space. The electric force in free space can be written as Fe is equal to 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 over r square. Now, vector form of Coulomb's law. Q1 exerts a force on Q2 and Q2 exerts a force on Q1. These forces are electrostatic force is mutual force. Here one charge exerts force on other charge and the other charge exerts force on the first charge. As shown in the diagram, Q2 is exerting a force on Q1. When the force is exerted on Q1 by Q2, it can be represented as F12 with the help of vector diagram. Similarly, when the force is exerted on Q2 by Q1, this force is represented by F21, where r is the distance between them. As it is clear from the diagram, both of these forces are directed in opposite direction, so we can mathematically write them as F21 is equal to minus F12. These forces are mutual forces, mean these forces are equal in magnitude, but they are directed in opposite direction. So mathematically you can write this equation F21 is equal to minus F12. For free space you can write this F21 is equal to 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 over r square r21, where r21 is a unit vector that is directed in the direction of force F21, mean it is directed from charge 1 to charge 2, and F12 is equal to 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 over r square into r12. Basically last case is for the like charges, and here is the figure for the like charges. When Q1 and Q2 both have opposite nature, the vector diagram for unlike charges is as shown in the screen. F21 and F12. These forces are directed inward, and these charges are directed towards each other. Effect of medium. As electric force is affected by the nature of medium between the two charges, you can say that the presence of medium other than the free space can reduce the value of electric force. Any medium other than the free space can be called as dielectric. This reduce the value of electric force by a certain factor that is constant for given dielectric. Here this constant is called the relative permittivity, and it is denoted by epsilon r. Here in the table, the values of the relative permittivity of various dielectrics are shown in the table. For vacuum, air, ammonia, bakelite, benzene, and up to water. As we say that the electric force reduces due to the presence of dielectric between the two charges. How much force reduces you can calculate by dividing the electric force in free space by dividing it with the constant called the relative permittivity. And you can write this 1/4 pi epsilon naught into our epsilon r q1 q2 over r square. Electric force of n charges. If we have assembly of charges, means we have collection of n number of charges in the presence of charge q, you can find the resultant force by adding the sum of all of these forces with the help of principle of superposition. You can write this F is equal to F1 plus F2 plus F3 up to so on plus Fn, and by applying the summation you can find the total force. Here are few uses of vector form of Coulomb's law. First one, it tells whether the force is attractive or repulsive. As with the help of vector diagram you can easily find out whether the force is attractive or repulsive. As for the like charges, the force is directed outward, means the force will be repulsive in that case, and for the like charge the force is directed for unlike charges the force is directed inward, mean this shows that the force electrostatic force is attractive in that case. Secondly, the resultant force can be calculated by vector sum of forces when assembly of charges under consideration. Secondly, significance of Coulomb's law. The Coulomb force describes completely how electrons are attracted by nucleus in atoms, and how atoms form molecules, and how atoms and molecules develop into solids and liquids. Means it describes the mutual force between electron and nucleus, and how atoms and molecules develop into solids and liquid. And Coulomb force not only holds for macroscopic charged particle, it is equally applicable to microscopic particles like electron, proton, means from largest range to minor range to individual charges. But this is a range dependent force, it applicable in a certain range. It is not applicable when the charges move close to the velocity, near the velocity of light, and this force is not applicable to the charges that are located inside the nucleus. As inside the nucleus the charges come close to each other, where nuclear force start dominating electrostatic force. Here is a screenshot from the paper, from the course outline of the paper A. the topics that we need to study from this chapter. Chapter 1, electric charge and Coulomb's law. Electric charge, conductors and insulator. The scope for this is review of previous concept, Coulomb's law for point charges and vector form of Coulomb's law. I think we studied nearly all the topics. Thank you.